someone told me something. When they told me, my jaws dropped. So they all showed up. They went and did the DNA test. And the DNA test showed that Sam Larry owned the child. Sam Larry wanted his child from Mohbad. We're going to discuss. Like I said, some of you can make requests. I'll bring you in. I spoke to Daddy Freeze 30 minutes ago. He was getting ready to do his own live. And I told him, I said, let me just go on Facebook, because maybe later on, if you want to bring me on your night's live, I'll come. So the DNA test reportedly was positive, and Sam Larry was determined as the father of the little boy. I mean, look at the resemblance. That's his dad now. So now, Mohbad was not releasing the baby to Sam Larry. This child was born in April this year. When the DNA came positive and it was determined that Sam Larry actually owned, you see how distraction causes problems in journalism? If we were just joking about Sam Larry looking on, the baby looking like Sam Larry, and we kept on that joke, it would distract us from the real story. Then we have celebrities. Oba Solomon, another prophet said he wants to wake Mohbad up if they give him the body. Oba Solomon is also calling that other prophet off. Tomonojabi said Mohbad called him and he spoke to the ghost. You see how they're doing this boy, these useless people? So now the fight began. He wants his son. Wunmi already knows that, yeah, I slept with everybody. These people have casual sex. They don't use condom. They just do it. They pull out. But she didn't know. So when she got pregnant, she assumed, don't you see these cases? Don't you see these fair women cases? Have we not seen so many on the internet? People raising other people's children and they did DNA and found that they were not their children. We have seen it over and over. And it's real. Paternity fraud. Nigeria is number 3 now in the world. So what is happening is, unlike what we normally see, everybody go and bury their head in shame. Sam Larry wants the baby, and Mohbad refuses to give Sam Larry the baby. Why? Possibly because Wunmi is his wife and it will be a disgrace if the world hears. Now, let me hold on the baby. Let's go to Sanusi. So my source in Dubai said, Sanusi is Sam's boy, Sam Larry's boy. And they call him Sanusi Sam Boy. That's what they call him, Sam Boy. Sanusi is the guy with the dreads in front, the one that very dark black man has been looking for. Very dark black man saw Sanusi standing next to Yabo, the other one was signing condolence register. Sanusi was at the car dealership. Notice how they came out of the car and they were coming to inspect the car they were going to buy. 3 people. Mohbad came out of the car with 1 person and the dealership guy took them to the car. Sanusi was with them, but he didn't come out of the car with them. He was already at the dealership. What was he doing there? Then we saw Sanusi in the car crying, crocodile tears. Mohbad has died. Him and the driver. They videotaped themselves. The phone was sitting there on the dashboard. So when they put the video on Mohbad that has died, he didn't move on way. He puts his thing up. You know what I'm saying? When he put the neck up and they noticed he was still alive, they now stopped videotaping. That right there is a sign that he was injected something and he had not passed out completely. We found Sanusi. Where is Sanusi now? Because he needs to come out and talk to police. If you notice what the police tweeted, the police said, no matter where you are, we are going to come and get you. Who do you think Mr. Dijobi ACP, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Federal PPRO. What do you think he was referring to? At first, I thought he was referring to Bella Shmurda. It could be him, it could be Sam Larry, it could be Naira Marley, and it could also be Sanusi. Was Sanusi the hitman? Did he use a gun? Did he shoot Mohbad? We have not heard anything about the autopsy. We know that bullets were involved. But from what we're all hearing, injection was involved. A nurse is under custody, fake nurse. If they in fact injected him, a hitman can be behind that injection too. So a hitman that uses injection to kill people. Abi, you don't know how North Korea president does his own. Or the way Putin did it to one politician. Some kind of nerve gas and they killed the guy. So at the end of the day, people, what is happening is basically what we call a person of interest. Sanusi is a person of interest. He's no longer in Nigeria. We spotted him in 3 spots in Nigeria. He's gone to Dubai. They used him. Remember what Very Dark Black Man said? He said, who is he working for? So, the points I'm giving you now. Number 1. The guy with the dread, his name is Sanusi. He's based out of Dubai. They sent him to Nigeria. How did he meet Mohbad? Mohbad knew him from the Dubai trip. Mohbad did a paternity test. The test showed he was not the father of the baby, and that Sam Larry was the father of the baby. Sam Larry wants his son. Mohbad refused to release the boy. Now we have a problem. All the money you are giving the boy and all the musical estate of Mohbad must not go to the boy. I knew what I was saying. The reason why the estate cannot go to the boy. Remember I said that somebody will have to go to a judge and the judge will have to set up a probate. And a probate lawyer will have to, because the money that Mohbad has made now since he died, the thing has reached 1.7 billion in Naira. This new EP that he did. The sales. And one track there is with Bella Shmurda. So Bella Shmurda too just got rich. The same Bella Shmurda that we talked about last night that they didn't want him on his project. They jumped on his project. Maybe they knew he was going to die. That's why Bella Shmurda is also a person of interest. They're all frenemies. Sanusi, the boy with the dreads. The one that Very Dark Black Man saw everywhere. Very Black Dark Man wanted to know who the 3 guys were. They were working for someone. I can only tell you that they call him Sammy's boy. If they were working for Sam Larry, the Sammy sent him to go and kill Mohbad. That's the police job. Now let me read this to you. What was the motive for Mohbad's death? These are the questions I'm asking. What was the motive of killing him? Was the plan to eliminate Mohbad and all his music assets transferred to the baby and the wife who betrayed him and had a baby who already allegedly belongs to Sammy? Sammy can inherit all Mohbad's assets as the father of the boy, which is why I caution Nigerians against donating to the mom and son. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? What I just said. If they give the assets to the baby, Sam Larry can take all those assets as the father of the boy. And that's why I said, don't feed the boy. It's like saying, don't feed Sam Larry. As we're looking at this case now, Sam Larry may not even be a wanted man. Why? What is his crime? He fathered a baby. The police will have to come up with a way to pin that murder on him. Notice how I said murder. I'm not using death anymore because they terminated this man's life. With the entrance of Sanusi, and we don't know where Sanusi is. They said he's back in Dubai. So, if Sam is the father of the boy, he can inherit all that money. All Mohbad's hard work money. Mohbad has no family. Should we give that money to the wife? The music, I'm not even talking about the 30 million they've donated. I'm talking about the music assets, billions. Should we give it to the wife? Hell no. Person that went to sleep with someone else. Should we give it to the mother or the father? Hell no. So Mohbad does not really have any family. Who are we going to give all his money to? What about his 300 million with Naira Marley, the royalties? Mohbad came to a life that was wasted. Some people just came and their lives ended so short. Everything they worked for went to the wrong people. Now, the next part of my broadcast. This investigation tires me. Is he legally married to Wunmi? Nobody knows. She will have to bring her certificates out. Because if she's not legally married, she has no inheritance of his assets. So before he died, okay, before he died, he knew and he kept it a secret. Mohbad had that dark secret that the child was not his, but Mohbad was attached to the child. Mohbad loved Wunmi and wanted the child. You see how he curled around Wunmi with the baby, and after that they now told him the baby is not. You see, look at the boy sitting down, and the face now is not. I don't know who the people are saying that he looks like the baby. He doesn't look like the baby. Does not. So it was a deep family secret. We have them. All of us have deep family secrets. It was a big, deep family secret. The whole family. That is why Wunmi's sister threatened VDBM. That's what I'm calling this guy now, VDBM. Very dark black man. So VDBM was threatened by Wunmi's sister with a 300 million naira lawsuit. Some people think when they throw lawsuits out, you'll be scared of them. No. Shebi, I announced it yesterday. Have they threatened me with lawsuits? Even if I'm outside the country. Even if I'm inside the country, there's nothing they can do. Shebi, I'm doing video now. Bring your lawsuit now. The 30 million naira that Nigerians have donated should be frozen by the bank because technically that baby boy did not lose his father. His father is alive. So his father is allegedly Sam Larry. So the money should not be given to the child. Wunmi should be called in for questioning. I don't think police can arrest Wunmi. She has not committed any crimes that they can prove her of. But there's an angle in which she might be a criminal. Who has Mohbad's phones? The phones were last seen with Wunmi after he was transported to and fro the hospital. In a previous conversation, Wunmi was fond of taking his phones and hiding them, and he accused her of going to post their chats on WhatsApp, which is what happened. We heard the chat. And in the chat, he said, Shofek Pami, Nitebati Pami, Toy Wata, people. Mohbad was yapping Wunmi's family. You and your family, when you have finished killing me, you now post everything. And that's exactly what happened. Mohbad was surrounded by enemies. So please, let's leave that Sam Larry DNA test thing. The DNA test was already done in Dubai. Now Mohbad, how did he die? Was Mohbad buried alive while injected with midazolam? Midazolam came up. I don't know how it ended up on the internet, but midazolam is a long-acting benzodiazepine. Those are big words. I'm a pharmacist. Let me break it down for you. Have you ever heard of Valium, Xanax, Alprazolam, Ativan? They're all benzodiazepines. What do they use them for? Anxiety. They use them for depression. They use them to put people to sleep. Rohypnol is another one. Rohypnol is one of the strongest. Flunitrazepam, it can last 24 hours. They use it to rape people. That's why they call it the date rape drug. Flunitrazepam. Rohypnol, they throw it inside your drink when they take you out for a date. No taste, no color, and no odor. So if you have a glass of water, they put in you can't even taste, you just sleep. That's what they use when they're about to kill somebody. They've used it in many killings in Nigeria. Remember that businessman in Lagos that they killed him and cut his body into pieces and put it in the bush? That particular case, they used Rohypnol. Bolu Atife, the nurse in Ibadan that graduated and went to a party, Lead City University graduate, that's what they put inside her drink. So she slept off. Then they carried her to the ritualist where they took out her womb. Before they do those things, they either inject you or they throw something in your drink. Be careful with your drinks. I always say that. That one that they're calling me a G-malt, it's okay. Okay, I've still told that story many, many times for all these gist lover people. Midazolam was possibly kicking in and he was out cold. Where were they taking him? They said that Wunmi was inside that car. You know, there was 3 people in the car. The back seat, we didn't see you. The nurse and Wunmi were inside the car. We only saw 3 people real quick. So, if the nurse and Wunmi were inside the car, the people that gathered around the hospital said they possibly were taking him to the casket maker because they were not taking him to the mortuary. When he got to the casket maker, there's a possibility, this is what I sent the police, that since they had already knocked him out with midazolam, assuming that's the drug, they now strangled him by the neck because his neck appeared broken inside the coffin. There's no such thing as a small coffin. The second you die, all your water is drying up. Coffin fits everybody. May it not be our time yet. So I have my own reasons to believe that he was strangled, his neck broken. Because if you look at the picture I gave you, the angle of where the neck broke, if it was in fact broken, is the same spot that blood splatter was inside the grave. So let's say it leaked. So there's a possibility that it was buried alive, something we heard online. So if they had drugged him, that drug can only make you sleep for so long. They might have broken his neck, assuming that we've drugged him, we've broken his neck, we put him in the casket, he will suffocate and he will die. So let's just go and bury him at night. The night didn't work, so they came back during the day. The father needs to be questioned and possibly arrested. I've not even started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. Why did Naira Marley keep quiet about the DNA test done in Dubai? He has a copy of that DNA test and he was present there. Afiz Fashola, that's the name. One of the witnesses said to me, Brother Afiz was there. See, Brother Afiz was there. They made them sign NDAs and swear to secrecy. Do you not know that when they're taking girls out of Nigeria, they tell them they're going to work in a foreign country, but those madams that carry them, they make them swear. They take them to ritualists to go and swear that they won't say anything. Swear oath of secrecy, ritualism. The people working for that man, the oga of that company that brought all of them to Dubai, they said his employees were sworn to secrecy because the employees physically saw all the people inside their office. So the employees saw Naira Marley. See, when you protect the source in journalism, you have to do it very well. Now I've told you guys that the employees saw Naira Marley, Sam Larry. They saw everybody, all parties, Wunmi, baby, all that. So now it's up to Oga to go and find out which one of you went to say something. He can't figure out which one of them. So what he'll have to do is he have to fire all his staff, and he won't do that now. Sure, you understand? And they entered the office and had a 3-hour meeting when the test came out. Mohbad said he's not releasing my child to you. Fights, that's where it started. Why didn't Naira Marley keep quiet about the DNA test done in Dubai? He even has a copy. The people that have a copy of the DNA test are Naira Marley, Mohbad, Wunmi, the boss that sponsored the trip and everything, and Sam Larry. So Naira might not even have anything to do with this. Naira doesn't have a control over who has sex with who. Maybe saw what their former gate man said. It was a harem. Harem is a place, a Ashewo house. It was a harem of sex, drugs, and cultism. Fear God, though. Some people, when you hire them like this, I'm just glad I don't have any employees. I work on my iPhone, Android. Next point, why was Sam Larry fighting Mohbad for his son? And why did Mohbad refuse to hand over the baby? This is where the fight started. So they figured that maybe if they can get rid of Mohbad, they can take the son. But if Mohbad were alive and they were fighting for this boy all the time after the paternity test, they said Mohbad refused to hand over the baby because he loved Wunmi, and that was Wunmi and his own child. He did not want to come to grips with the paternity test. And the rumor from one of these sources says that Naira Marley was planning to shade him publicly. That you're not even a man. See your wife, Otiloloyin fell on me. So that can cause a man to commit suicide. That can cause depression. Okay, so I said this boy was going through depression. I said he was going through anxiety. So to cure that depression and anxiety, we now go back to the drugs. Drugs will now cool him down. Some people go to drugs for solace, and that's what Whitney did. We watched Whitney throughout. So that's where the depression came. Is it blackmail? Can you term that as blackmail? He was scared that Naira would say, well, familiar Jare, royalties, anything like that can drive somebody to suicide. It can turn them crazy. If you have my secrets, if you have my secrets. So the next point is, when we talked about the neck, I told the police they should check that in the autopsy. Was he strangled? Why did Naira Marley keep quiet about the DNA test in Dubai? He has a copy. I said Naira Marley himself could have used that as a form of blackmail on Mohbad, like to announce it that, what are you? You are not a man. You are well alone, fellow me. And Mohbad was scared that even Naira Marley would go and release a single and go and sing it. All this stuff they did, they sang what was going on with them. And Mohbad was the chief writer in the Malian music. What if Naira Marley goes to bring a single and I'm talking about a man who they fucked his wife? You don't know now. The boy was depressed. Why was Sam Larry fighting Mohbad for his son? And why did Mohbad refuse to hand over the baby? So we've gone through that. These are questions police have to continue investigating. Why was Wunmi's family threatening VDBM with a 300 million naira lawsuit? Very black dark man, VDBM, was threatened with a 300 million naira lawsuit. Wunmi's sister. Where did she get the 300 million from? 300 million. Guys, do you know that's the same amount that Naira Marley owes Mohbad in song royalties? 300 million. When I saw that number, I said, you know me, I'm spiritual. And I do numerology because numerology fuels spirituality. 300 million, the same amount that Mohbad is owed. What you use last month for 300 million. What to for very dark black man. Cubana chief priest, one of Obi Cubana's former proteges, has his own business line, his own bitters. He sponsored the show in Ikorodu. Where Mohbad went after the show, we still don't know. Where they carried his body from, we still don't know. Why were they threatening him? If there wasn't something wrong with the paternity, they will not threaten him. Wumi will threaten them. Wumi is the one supposed to threaten. Don't make Wumi a mother grieving. Don't make Wumi a wife grieving. One of the guys in the car is already in Dubai. Sanusi. Where was the body kept all night? Inside the funeral home. Inside the casket place. You can embalm somebody. This is what I was going to say now. Somebody has asked it. Cubana sent money to Mohbad's father days before he died. Days before the show. I have the money as 4 million. Why did Cubana chief priest give Mohbad's dad 4 million naira days before his suspected death or murder? According to my UBA bank records, you don't know what an investigative journalist does. You know I can call UBA and request I need some things. Only journalists and law enforcement can even do many things. The UBA bank records say 4 million was sent to Joseph Aloba. Why did Aloba lie that only Davido gave him money? 2 million. Aloba said Davido gave him 2 million, which he later said that he only received 1. And the person is supposed to deliver the money to him. I don't know who that person is, Darosha. I think it's the cousin. They only gave him 1 million. I don't know about that. But in the middle of your son possibly killed, you are discussing what was not given to you. Finally, why was Sanusi the boy with the dreads, who was seen in 3 different places, why was he immediately flown to Dubai? Jetbags, you're saying that he was given the money to bury him immediately, but he gave the money before he died. So please, I can understand you're in a fake account, but I am not in a fake account. I'm an investigative journalist. I have UBA bank records. The money was sent before he died. It was not sent for him to quickly bury him. That was not even a proper burial. Did they go to church? No. Did they buy a good casket? No. Did they buy a good gravestone? No. They put him in the back of a house. I don't even know whose house that is. All filled with weeds. And one bricklayer came and put one big brick in front. That one was doing video too. No respect for the dead. The one doing the gravestone, I didn't know I'll be the one. Well, you're not the one anymore. They don't uproot you. People have no respect. The video sent to, I don't know, about 5 million again. Finally, why was Sanusi, the boy with dreads, immediately flown to Dubai after Mohbad was allegedly murdered? I personally believe he was murdered. He's described as a Dubai-based crypto Yahoo boy. Sanusi was spotted in the car when Mohbad's body was in the car. He was spotted at the car dealership on the day that Mohbad wanted to check a car. And he was also spotted near Iyabo Ojo signing the condolence register. Why he would be at that spot, I don't know. But if he was talking more, but I don't know. My name is Kemi Olunloyo, Dr. Kemi, investigative journalist, among other things. I have submitted my findings to the Lagos State Police Command.